Welcome, welcome, blessings from Star House. It's the first harvest. Here's some images from our journey together here on the land. We welcome you to take it in and feel included in this beautiful celebration. Beautiful faces, a wonderful feast. We share with you today the land, the wisdom of the sacred sites. And Corinne and I will be taking you on Tetractys meditation. Enjoy. Hello! Hi, Corinne.
Hey,
And hello to you.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome. This is Corinne and Ishia from the Star House, and we're here today to welcome you to your first harvest, the Earth's first harvest. It's the third cross quarter of the year. And we wanted to share from Star House, from our community, from our hearts, a little meditation. We have a PDF about some of what we're up to here at the community on the land. And it's going to be just a sweet little video for you to practice a little bit of what we're practicing together at this time. Corinne, do you want to share a little bit about the seasonal medicine?
Absolutely. So as Ishia mentioned, holding these rhythms of the quarters and cross quarters, the quarters being the solstices and equinoxes, and the cross quarters being the times that mark the midpoint between each of those. And we're excited that you're tuning in and joining us to plug into the energy wherever you are on the planet, because these are the Earth's rhythms. And here at the Star House and part of this community, we really invite people to come into deeper relationship with these sacred rhythms in our own lives, in relationship with the earth, and in particular with community. So wherever you are, we hope that you receive this invitation to connect across the distance and know that you're not practicing this alone as you honor the earth and honor yourself and honor this season, right? This harvest where we're kind of gathering all the abundance and really sharing that in a vibrant way, celebrating that and expressing our gratitude.
Yeah, whether you are alone with this meditation, or if you have a community or children or a family to work with, this time of year, these 8 seasonal shifts, the quarters and cross quarters, are just a time to pause. We call it a sacred pause because it's just a time to reflect on our lives. Go from the doing, that forward motion, to kind of settling back in to our spinal line and just take inventory of our lives and our blessings and just notice what we notice.
Yeah, and I love that invitation for sacred pause, because it can also feel like there's just nonstop, like we can feel really nonstop sometimes, just between families and health and other aspects of our lives, and it's this powerful moment to pretty frequently, right? Because with 8 markers, I mean, we're talking every 6 to 7 weeks throughout the year, really pausing and creating that sacred place, to drop in and be like, where am I and what just happened and where am I going, and we can stay more connected with our deeper selves.
Yeah, I love that. So let's start there. Where are we? Where have we been? So in the year of the Earth cycling, we just came out of summer solstice. We had a big celebration here. Summer solstice is like, yay, it's summer. It's bright, it's playful, it's intense sometimes. A lot of people are experiencing like amplification of things. It's like your emotional state, whatever is true, can be amplified. So sometimes it's hard. What's ahead of us is the second harvest, fall equinox, at the end of September. So this first harvest doesn't always get looked on often, but it's a sweet holiday because can you feel the sun is starting to wane a little bit? The soft vegetables
Mm,
have ripened.
mm,
And if you feel that, the ancientness of that, when we were dependent on the earth for our food, could go to a grocery store. Just let's feel that for a second. When the cherries came, when the
mm.
tomatoes came, it's like a miracle. It's like the curiosity of like, oh my God, the mother is feeding us. And just like come back into the cellular memory of that awe, that joy of being loved that much. At Star House, we really work with these kind of ancient memories and metaphors. We also work with how our sacred sites and our sacred temple can just be a platform to support us wherever we are on the planet, to remember these geometries, these cycles, this way of sacred pause. You to just be guided through this and to have your own experience of the harvest in this tetractys form. So we are going to show you the what a tetractys is. So this is what the tetractys looks like. And each dot here is representing one of the poles in the land at Star House, at this sacred site. This form has been worked with for thousands of years. Pythagoras actually used this, the Greek philosopher, worked with this to find his geometries, his theories on paper, in models, so you can use it in many ways. And one of the ways we're going to introduce you to use it is working with meditation and poetry. So we'll share with you a poem that we created and invite you to create your own. You can see each dot, and the poetry works with the first dot being one syllable, two syllables, three syllables, four syllables, and then the 10 of the whole tetractys is the final line of the poem. So we'll share the poem we came up with just as a fun, playful poem, the essence of First Harvest. And then we're going to guide you through a meditation, and then the PDF goes further into walking you through the poem process. So poetry becomes part of the first harvest, in that it is drawing out what is ripe inside of you. So after your meditation in the tetractys, just allow this form to bring forth the words, the ideas, the messages living inside you at this time, and just trust. Your body's the earth. It's what's coming up and out of the earth at this time for you, to nourish your awareness. So get comfortable, and I'll read you this poem. First harvest awakens, blessings, play, joy, faith leaping into possibility. First harvest awakens, blessings, play, joy, faith leaping into possibility. So if you decide to make your own poems, please tag us if you post them to Facebook or Instagram. Star House is present on both social media platforms, and we'd love to see your poems. Okay, now we're going to shift gears into the meditation. All right, looking at the diagram here of the tetractys, imagine yourself sitting in the center, that center point that's in between the second and fourth row. You're actually sitting inside a six-sided figure. Take a deep breath into your belly and exhale down into the earth. Inhale the earth up and exhale into all 6 lines coming out of that center point. Feel yourself as part of this tetractys form, calling on the wisdom of ancient sacred geometry, ancient memories of the earth, ancient memories living inside your bones and blood.
Yeah, so as you feel where that center point might be that you're seated on, go ahead and let that on your next inhale and exhale, feel how that extends down into the earth right out of your center. And then on your next inhale and exhale, allowing that dot, right, to continue right up the front of your spine, out the top of your crown. I'm feeling this sense of connecting heaven and earth, of this uprightness coursing right through the middle of you. And reaching out to kind of the edges of this triangle, feeling the larger triangle that forms around you, those 3 points. And you can play with which direction those go. So maybe there's one right out in front of you, and the other two flank your shoulders. And then just picturing all those dots around you and imagining a similar structure kind of growing out. This is what the Tetractys looks and feels like here on the land. And there'll be a picture for you to reference too, but just letting that come into your body, letting yourself breathe and fill that triangle and all the geometries inside of it with your presence and your breath.
With your eyes still closed, feel the beauty of your life, of the earth, the beauty of the green grass. What does harvest look like in your life, in your yard, in your day-to-day? What do you notice? What do you remember of this time? The smell of the air, the texture of the long grasses, the way the light of this midsummer time looks to you and feels. And what of your life, your personal life, your personal inner world? What is ripe? What is abundant and full of life? And what are you grateful for? What do you have to share with your community, your friends, your family? Taking a deep breath in, and slowly imagine each pole or dot of the Tetractys. Feeling the beauty of this season all around you and within you. And consider a word for each dot. So take a moment now in your meditative state to look at the Tetractys and write down a word for each of the dots. Just allow the word to come.
And before we close out that meditation moment, just feeling the fruit that you are and all the fruits everywhere. I feel like I'm feeling this big basket of abundance of all of us tuning in at this moment,
Yes.
with the fullness of the expression of our gifts um, and that ripening. What a time! How nourishing for ourselves, but also for each other. And the wide variety too. When you come into harvest, it's just the various forms that this takes and how that feeds so many aspects of our beings.
So bringing our energies back up from the earth, feeling ourselves, here we are in the center of this sacred site that's to attract us. Feeling your energy in from all directions. Feeling yourself just stable, opening your eyes. Here we are. You have this, you have your PDF. We are here cheering you on from the Star House mountaintop. Stay in touch. We love you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And yeah, and stay tuned for the next moment in the Wheel of the Year where we reach out to connect right around that fall equinox. But for now, just let's stay in this first harvest. And may you be blessed by it.
Mwah.
Mwah.
See you soon. If you have any questions, find us at thestarhouse.org, and we're there for you. We'll see you soon.